Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Meat Locker podcast. Glad to be back. Pass it to the boys.
Glad to have you back.
We have you back, not for too long, but you fit us into your busy schedule.
You slid us in. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since you don't have, since you're not going to be here for the whole time, do you have any? We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I don't know. I just, in the brief amount of time I had to think about topics, I was thinking lots of stuff's happening in space these days, human, but space tourism. It's going to be possible for people to go to space, pay a ticket. They're actually doing that right now. I thought that kind of stuff's pretty interesting.
So you go into orbit?
Yeah, you actually
because there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah. I mean,
that'd be amazing.
That would. I imagine zero gravity. Remember the time in the airplane we did zero gravity?
Explain that time, because that was freaking awesome.
So ever since I was a kid, I've been flying airplanes. I took Riley and Sergey, who I'm sure we'll have on the podcast sometime, into the airplane with my dad and I, and it's called a parabolic trajectory, where you go up for a ways and then you tilt down like this till your gravity goes to essentially zero for 4 or 5 seconds. Depending on how long you stretch it, you can get more. But
you're just floating, basically.
Yeah, we put our phones up in the air.
We were recording.
The phones are just floating there.
Exactly.
Oh, that's sick.
I literally have a video recording where I was recording it and let go, and it was recording us in the air.
Oh,
dang. It was so crazy. Dude.
And I bet you guys in 6 months ish, I'll have my private pilot's license. Then we'll go do that.
I don't think I will do that. I'm being honest.
Do it with me. You don't want to do zero gravity again?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The wings will break off.
No,
it's actually safer to be in zero gravity than to be flying normally, because there's less of a load on the airplane.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. I'll let you have plenty of practice before I go in. I don't like flying. I
know there was an eventful flight the last time you had to fly.
Oh yeah, dude. Last time I flew was to Alaska. And that was
a crazy
trippy.
Ride.
That was one of the craziest. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot crazier landing strips in the world, but was that on a tier list? Because I'm sure you know how crazy it gets. 1 to 10, 10 being the craziest.
That was a 6.5.
Really? Okay, shoot. Well, basically, what it is on Alaska, Dutch Harbor landing strip. It's an island, and it's basically a landing strip is there's no room for you to mess up, no errors. So there's the landing strip stops, and then there's ocean. So it's when we were going down, I was looking out the window, and it's ocean, ocean, ocean. We're literally about to touch the ocean, and then boom, the landing strip comes out of nowhere. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Flying is definitely a crazy experience. And just to continue with that one topic, imagine actually flying in space just for fun. It costs insane amounts of money. But essentially what the possibilities are, you could do one of 3 things. You could either do a suborbital trajectory, which is basically what we did in the airplane, except that time where you're weightless is because you've gone so high and you're going so fast that you're actually out of the atmosphere for 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes.
Wow.
Then you come back into the atmosphere and feel gravity again. Or you can do that, and then when you're at the top, you just accelerate faster, and then you keep doing it and going and around and around. Third possibility is they're planning on building private space stations, space hotels and stuff. They're planning to have one of those done by 2030.
I just want to go to space. I don't know if I'd be able to though, because isn't it wouldn't you be spinning and stuff? You'd have to be really prone to motion sickness.
I mean, it would take some getting used to.
Yeah.
So when you're in it, if it's zero gravity, it doesn't really matter if you're spinning, because say you're floating there and the thing is spinning around you, would you be floating with it?
Well, that's a good question. Like, they have thought of methods to create artificial gravity with a centrifuge, something
like an
spinning
interstellar.
around. Yeah, like, and that's how that works. Like, if you're spinning, you're gonna have gravity.
I guess I assumed that was already like a thing. Is that not?
They don't have any of those in space. They're planning on, I mean, I don't know the exact plans.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna put a centrifuge up there, but be interesting.
Do you know what the plans are with Mars? Because didn't we just land something on there?
Yeah, the Perseverance rover just landed there, and they actually flew a little drone on Mars called Ingenuity.
Can't wait.
Did you see the videos of that?
No.
Man. Which one?
The Ingenuity videos they sent a little helicopter with the latest Mars rover, and they had it attached to the belly, and they dropped it, and then they did some tests, and now they're flying it around, and it's actually going to follow the rover around.
So they have aerial shots right now of Mars?
Yeah. There's a whole video of from orbit to landing. They videotaped the whole Mars landing. It's insane.
Wow.
Like, it is the coolest video I've ever seen in my life.
Dang, I'm going to have to research that. If you guys haven't seen that, look it up, because I'm sure that's going to be awesome.
I have to look that up. I love learning about space and seeing Mars and all that. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just like a big sand dune.
Elon Musk wants to colonize it, which is going to be a lot harder than it makes it sound.
Would you go there? If he was like, all right, we're taking a group of 1,000 people there, would you be one of the first people to go?
Not now that I'm married. Back in the day.
What if you and Rania could go?
She wouldn't, but if she did, yes. If she would go,
that would be cool.
I actually signed up for it when I was like 18, but obviously I didn't get selected. But
wow.
But it's a one-way trip. A lot of people would actually die.
That's scary.
Dang.
Isn't it super cold there?
It's cold, and it has a really thin atmosphere, so it doesn't protect you from radiation.
Damn. So I wonder what their idea would be to fix that. Like, how would we live there?
Their idea actually is building it inside of cliffs, building the habitation module under deep layers of rock.
That's sick.
That'll stop gamma rays.
So we wouldn't necessarily be living on the surface.
No, that would be really, really hazardous.
Oh.
Live on the surface. Even in the Martian, how they have that little
dome
ended, that would still be really dangerous. But I mean, it's all speculative at this point. It's not happening yet.
Yeah. Damn.
What's the gravity on Mars?
Gravity is I want to say either 20% or 80%. I should know that, but I don't.
I'll look it up. It's 3.72. 38 of Earth, 38% of Earth. So you're pretty dang close. Okay, so wait, 38% of Earth. So that means it's heavier?
No, lighter.
Lighter. Okay, gotcha. Dang, that would be crazy. So do you know what the moon's is by chance?
The moon's is, I think, 0.12. I don't. You could look at it too. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Can't even imagine what that would feel like. Probably take care of my back problems.
Probably.
Right. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's crazy to think.
There's like complete decompression.
Yeah.
I can see the smile on your face thinking about that.
My back's just my vertebrae.
That would be a miracle. I could use that.
Well, I had a question for you guys. I mean, kind of goes inside of what we were talking about, but if you guys could take a trip anywhere, well, I was going to say anywhere on the Earth, but I guess anywhere in general, where would it be?
Josiah, go first.
I think that I would go to the pyramids if it was Earth. For some reason,
Egypt pyramids.
Yeah, or I just get really interested with really old like things. Yeah, structures like the Colosseum in Rome, the pyramids, the Grand Canyon, things like that really interest me for some reason, especially the pyramids, how they built them. Because as far as I know, I don't think they know how they like for sure can know how they built them.
It's beyond us.
Because aren't those like blocks like 10,000 pounds?
Yeah, something like that. And I feel like I mean, with basically everything you just said, including the Grand Canyon, because I've been to the Grand Canyon in real life, like the pyramids, you don't get the sense of scale unless you're actually there.
Right.
You know, like you see pictures of the pyramids, blah blah blah. But like if you're actually standing at the bottom of it and looking up, or if you're looking at the Grand Canyon, I'm sure. I mean, I know for the Grand Canyon's instance, the Grand Canyon is insane, dude. Like it is insane. And I'm sure that everything else what you said is pretty much holds up the same.
I guess if I were to go anywhere on Earth, man, that's a tough question. There's a place, speaking of like pyramid kind of stuff, called Sacsayhuaman. I don't know which country in South America it is, but like the stones of which this structure is built of they're like literally molded together. Each rock fits perfectly like the next one, and you can't fit a piece of paper in between them. And that's so hard to replicate even today. It just makes me really curious how it was built. Or I would go to see Machu Picchu. Like,
what is that?
It's the world's highest settlement in altitude, I believe. It's also in South America.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I have to go in a second because my cousin, who I've never met, is here. But
okay, no problem. Do you have to call it now?
Oh.
Yeah. Like.
All right, no problem, man. Thank you very much for making at least this amount of time. It makes a big difference.
And actually, for a brief amount of time I was here, it's really enjoyable conversation.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
So I wish you guys the best. I hope to go to space with each one of you someday.
Yes, sir.
I promise I will practice so that I can take you in zero gravity.
Yeah.
Take me inside.
Yes, take you inside all the way. All right, guys.
All right, peace out, bro.
Peace, man.
See you later.
All right, well, that was dope. Thank you all for watching.
Great episode.
What? Yeah.
We will continue this journey.
Yeah, we will forge on for as long as we can. Even that, like I don't know, was that 15 minutes or something? Like that made a huge difference. He was talking to me before the show. He's jam packed with crap that is going on. And it's
busy man.
Yeah, it's things that will subside in the future, but
hopefully he won't be doing the FedEx or UPS or Amazon.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I would if I had to, but
if you have to,
I'm sure it's like really hard.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna work for FedEx but I decided not to because they were saying you work a lot. You work from like 8 a.m. to just whenever you're done delivering packages.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like whenever you're done, and it's like you never know what could make that time vary, and depending on how many packages that day and everything. It's like I worked 2 days and at DHL with Alex, DHL, the delivery. And and it actually was fun, but the thing that made it to where I couldn't do it is I have this back injury from when me and you got in a car accident. And literally the drive, when you're driving in that big car, the shocks or the truck, I think it was like a 24-foot truck or something like that, 28, something like that.
The one that hit it? Oh, the one that you were driving?
The one I was driving, yeah. So it's a long truck. And the shocks in it are bouncy and the seat like bounces. So I'm like driving like this, you know, and my neck is constantly bouncing up and down. So literally when I woke up that morning, it literally like right in the spot that the car accident has always bothered me. Like I can feel it right now. It literally felt like a few months after we had that accident. Like it was terrible, dude.
I mean, if you're just bouncing around, then it's gonna move things around. It's gonna shift them.
And I was actively trying to sit as straight as possible, because even in that time I felt it. I'm like, geez, like, but
it's like an alpha male.
Yeah, I had to stand like I was, yeah. And just to finish off that question, I was gonna say, you know, I thought about it like as you guys were answering it. I'm like, I probably should have thought of my answer before I asked, because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. But I've always wanted to go to Egypt as well, so that probably would have been
That's one of my I really want to go there. I really want to see the pyramids and all those structures they have. There's so many cool things over there that they're so old, but they're just so cool because they're all handmade.
Yeah, man.
And nobody knows how they made them.
And see like temples and
you can go like also, inside of those places, I think. Maybe
I know there's one that you can go inside, and you go deep inside, and it's a trip. There's a YouTube video on it. But also maybe the Aztec pyramids. I think that would be super cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But yeah, hopefully.
I think the flight there is super long, though. I
I
hate flying.
I know that if you go to Japan, it's like 30 hours of flying.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you like flying? I hate flying.
I said earlier in this podcast I do not like flying because I don't like, even when I'm driving in a car with someone driving, I just don't like being not in control.
Yeah, same.
But even with a car, I know this sounds weird, I have the option to get out, even if it's driving, you know, jump out of the car. I would never think of that, but it's an option. When you're flying, you have no option. It's completely out of your hands, completely.
Yeah. When I'm flying, I have to just turn off my brain, listen to podcasts, and not think about this situation.
Yeah.
And then I'm fine. Sure. But like, if I'm thinking about it, like I'm stuck in a tin can.
Exactly. And if you realize you're stuck in a tin can 30,000 feet above the earth, you know, like you look down, like you can visualize yourself falling. And that's why it's like, Dallas is like, you know, you're gonna come with me to do the zero gravity thing again. It's like, even if we're just going on a regular flight, I would be scared, just because, I mean, I trust Dallas, but you know, I mean,
it's still not,
flying is not something you play around with. You know what I mean? Like, you don't play around like that, or with flying. It's too serious. It's kind of like you don't play with guns, you don't play with planes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
Holy shit.
Oh, jeez. Dude. I just broke the thing up of this and it flew right into my eye.
Did it hit your eye?
Yeah, but I think it hit like my eyelid.
Holy crap, dude. Imagine if you just blinded yourself on the podcast.
Oh,
Jesus, dude.
At least we got on camera. TikTok, here we come. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have to talk to you about TikTok. What's your opinion on TikTok? Like,
it's cool. I'm not on it, but it's kind of like Vine or anything. Just you see some funny videos on it sometimes.
Yeah, I just hate TikTok so much.
Yeah.
Every video I see, it's just so cringy and like.
Oh, for sure. It depends if there's different categories, like you know, YouTube videos.
Yeah.
You know, there's the categories where it's like Jake Paul, and then there's videos where it's like educational, or it's actual true comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're talking about the ones where it's like, you know, TikTok kids so like trying to act hot and like.
And not everybody I know, but there's so many people who I know who started TikTok, and you could tell they're just doing things where they're trying to like get famous or something, and it's super cringy to watch.
I know, man. I know. It is.
They do stupid things too on it.
It's too cringe.
Yeah.
And there's like videos of like animals getting abused and crap, and that's like okay with the platform. Like they don't care.
That's
I
that's
don't know,
stupid.
man. Yeah. So yeah, overall, don't give a shite about TikTok, but like sometimes I'll see, that how they did the YouTube Shorts things on YouTube. I sometimes see people re-uploading the TikToks as YouTube Shorts, and there's sometimes funny videos on there, but that's all I know from it.
Yeah.
Overall cringe.
Yeah, isn't it basically Vine, but just
longer and edited?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like you can like there's pre uncopywritten like songs that you can use that you normally are copyrighted, but they're not copywritten in TikTok or something. I don't know if you can upload your own songs or if there's only a certain amount of songs, because what I've realized is there's like only a few songs you keep hearing, that like people use the same songs. Have you noticed that? Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, when I've uploaded TikToks back like a year ago, it gives you like a list of songs you can choose from, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if they're working with TikTok or what they're doing, but yeah,
they have to be, because if not, they could easily sue. You know what I mean? Making so much money from your songs.
Yeah. Let's see here.
You have a topic?
Yeah, I want to talk about the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine.
I got my second shot 2 days ago.
What did you feel fine? Did you feel a little ill?
No, I got pretty sick yesterday, but not crazy sick. Like I just like, when you get sick, you have like the body soreness where it's like even like touching your arm kind of hurts, like your joints are kind of creaky. That plus like heat hot flashes where you randomly get sweaty. And basically I have the same thing today, but just like 30% of what it was yesterday, and I'm sure tomorrow I'm gonna be fine. But if that's all I have to deal with to be freaking 99% immune, then God bless. You know what I mean? And of course I'm gonna get cancer and autism from this, but
hopefully
I'm totally looking forward to that.
And when it comes, I will laugh because I mean, I'm sure by then I'll have mine too, but you'll have it like 2 weeks before me. So,
oh yes. So what's your opinion on it?
I think that if you take it, you're a loser.
100%.
You suck.
100%. I totally agree, man.
I think that, like, I was thinking about this earlier. I think the argument that people make where they say, "Oh, I don't know what's in it. I don't trust it." Sure, but how can you say that when you're eating Oreos or anything else you're putting in your body?
Burritos,
Yeah, you're
McDonald's.
saying that, but then at 12 a.m. you're going to the 7-Eleven and eating the burgers from there.
Literally like, everything you don't know what's in
processed.
Anything that is processed and not grown in your ding dong garden or slaughtered from your farm you don't know what's in it. Some guy at the factory could just be like, throw his iPhone in the blender and of meat, and it's so much that the iPhone would just get blended, or something,
Like they're over there, I don't want to get the COVID shot because I don't know what's in it. They pass me the hot dogs. Like you don't know what is anything you're putting into your body. Like anything.
For sure.
I'm sure most of these people have gotten the flu shot. You don't know what's in the flu shot.
For sure.
So what's the difference? I mean,
propaganda, I would feel, and a lot of people putting and people have the right to be skeptical, but if it's like everybody and scientists, like if you believe in science, get it. You know what I mean? Like I believe in science. and or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know, man. Like it's not like the people of the world want to just kill off like 90% of the people or something, and there's got to be a few moral minds in that group. So unless you see a bunch of people that are in office slowly just like disappearing because they're like, I don't want to stand for this, I'm going to tell everybody, and then they just get whacked, and they're like, oh, I don't know where whatever it went, you know what I mean? Like
if they wanted to kill us off, the government, they could have done it whenever they wanted to already.
Yeah.
Easily. So like I don't personally think they need an excuse like this to kill us off. Or like when people are saying, oh, they're going to put these microchips in our bodies so they can track us wherever.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they did do that, who cares? They can track us anyway right now with their phones. Like,
I mean, that specific argument is mind-blowing to me. Like they have this tracking device in their hand, and they're like, I am not going to take that vaccine because they invented a microscopic tracking device to inject into everybody. It's like, one, who cares where you are? Who cares?
Most of those people aren't going to do anything that's like...
Riley Pearson is now entering McDonald's. Write this down. He's getting 3 McChickens, and 2 of them are spicy. Like,
oh, this is good.
Yeah. God. And then there's, a casual 300 million people that need to track in just the United States alone. Like,
they can easily, most of these people aren't going to do anything significant in their life where it really matters if they're being tracked or not.
Literally. Who cares?
Like, who cares? Exactly. You're not going to, I don't get it.
Like, even
I'm not against like people being like, oh, I don't want to get it.
Yeah.
I feel like people should have their own like rights to do what they want. But when I hear that excuse, it just sounds...
Yeah. I mean, there is a such thing as herd immunity, and we, a big majority of us needs to get it in order for this to disappear. Obviously, you and I are young and healthy, and if we got it, chances are we'd be totally fine.
Yeah.
But in us getting the vaccine, it's doing our part for the greater good. And it's as simple as that, Yeah. Like, and I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not going to give us like anything bad. It's going to help. And I don't know, man, if you're like some crazy conspiracy person, then I don't know, man.
Yeah. And maybe it could give us something bad in the future, but it's not like we knew.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to, and for, even if I didn't get it, which I am going to get it, but if I didn't, I wouldn't want the people who did get it to get sick later on. Right. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, haha, I didn't get it, but you did, so you suck it.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I wouldn't want that.
You were trying to help the humanity by getting it when you didn't need to. That's what you deserve.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I had something to say, but I forgot. But yeah.
Tell me. Say it.
I forgot. But yeah, whatevs. Gosh, I had something to say, but I forgot. Whatever. It's on the tip of my tongue. I hate that when it's like, should I move on or should I try and think of what I was trying to say? Whatever. Just a quick thing I wanted to ask. The camping trip we're planning. You still down for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you still
100%.
Okay, cool. Now, I was thinking about this. I'm sure we could get a day where, because you have weekends off, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Although, I will have to butt in real quick and say that this whole month and next month, I am packed. All the way up until July, all the way up until July 10th, at least.
Fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy.
What's going on?
So up until June 20th, which that's next month, I think. All the weekends are booked with things going on, and then we're going to North Dakota from June 20th through June, no, 23rd through July 10th or 5th.
Whoa,
the 5th.
Right on, man. I'm probably going to Arizona in August, the end of August. So I'll FaceTime you at the Grand Canyon.
Dude, what if, I mean, I don't think this would be possible because I don't know who you're going with. What if you did the podcast there? Like just with the
I
Grand
probably
Canyon?
wouldn't be able to. That would be so effing dope. But
I would imagine you have people with you and they're not going to just want to wait around for you for an hour.
That's the thing. I don't know how.
Come on, man. You got to be more dedicated.
I'll think about that though, because maybe if they're like, we're going to go hike for a little bit, I'll stay up or go to somewhere and do it.
Yeah. Or would you even have your Wi-Fi there? Not Wi-Fi, but data.
Yeah. But for sure, I will be able to, my Grammy and grandpa, they have a house in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, like a super awesome house they built. And they have this place called my grandpa called it the Coyote Temple. And it's like this giant, like cool looking temple thing. I could do the podcast in there with you. So that'd be cool.
That'd be cool too. I'm going to try and, when we go to North Dakota, to be able to do the podcast there too.
Dude, for sure.
Find somewhere at least.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's gonna be sick. But yeah, as far as the camping trip, that's totally fine. I mean, if anything, we want the weather to be as good as possible, and like June, late June or July, August, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And so I think Dallas has Saturdays off. So if we left, I don't know, man. I feel like we could possibly, who knows? Dallas might not even be working there with that, a month or two from now.
Yeah.
But if he is, I feel like we'll be able to get something planned. We just need to plan like a date and kind of stick
that way. Yeah, that way I can be like,
time.
yo, I can't do anything this weekend or this day because we're going camping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you might need to get some supplies. Like we can all sleep in the same tent, or you can get your own tent.
Come on, man.
And a sleeping pad is essential, blah blah blah. We can
honestly though, yeah, and I'm down to just sleep in the same tent.
Dude, we could make
all of us.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fine. Me and Dallas have done that. And when me and the old gang plus some other guys, we would go like literally like 10 guys in 2 tents. So
sick. Yeah.
And when we go on that camping trip, we can do a podcast at that place.
Dude,
isn't that gonna be freaking awesome? That would be so sick. By a campfire, all of us sitting around a campfire drinking some brewskis.
True.
That'd be sick.
It'd be sick if we all had GoPros or something and just made a cool video out of it. I don't know. Probably not, because I don't want to buy a GoPro. But
I have a GoPro, but I am, every trip I go on now, I'm gonna make a video for it.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So these two things kind of coincide each other. So we all have very high ambition, compared to I guess other people. And it's all relative too, like you can have high ambition wanting to be the best mechanic in the county, have an amazing family, to whatever, something like that, something that, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but
yeah,
we just have high ambition.
You could also just have high ambition wanting to be the best cashier at Home Depot.
Literally. Yeah. And we knew that person at our local Home Depot, because me and Josiah both worked at Home Depot. Josiah was like, brother, you got to get this job. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, I'll apply. I got hired. Josiah quit. That's exactly how it went. And we did not spend a single day working together.
And we both worked there for maybe a month on our own, and it was just the most the worst place ever.
Yeah, it was absolutely unbearable.
And there was a lady there who had been working there for 40 years as a cashier.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
double
know.
our lifetime, nearly.
Dude, I don't know how she did it, but like we were saying, I'm jealous of her because she's perfectly happy doing that.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know. She could just have just spent her whole life doing that and hated it.
Yeah.
To me,
but
I would rather
if she really hated it, she'd quit. And I don't know. I'd rather become homeless than do something that I don't want.
A better paying job anywhere doing something better than that. So there's no way that it was a minimum wage job for the most part.
Yeah. So basically, we all have very high ambition, me, you, and Dallas. I'm just curious, what you think at this moment? What's the bare minimum you want so you can die happy and feel accomplished?
Okay, so the bare minimum that I want would be to have my own business, something that I love, not just any business, but something that I love doing and it's fun, and to just be able to live off of that. I don't care about having like being like a millionaire, like super rich. Okay, I wouldn't mind just having like at least $1 million. It's not a crazy amount of money. Yeah, it's not like that much. Like it's a lot of money, but it's not crazy rich, you know.
Well, a lot of people will never make $1 million in their life. So
exactly, it's a lot of money, but it's not crazy rich. Like
for sure,
10 million. So
there's levels to it. For sure.
So I would be fine with even like 500 grand. I don't know how much a year, but just to have what I would like to have and to be able to support my family.
Yeah. Just be able to have whatever you want, to buy whatever you want. Obviously, you know, that's probably not excessive. You're not the kind of guy that needs like a, you know, crazy iced out Rolex or anything like that.
Honestly, I used to, like 3 years ago, just want to have like the Rolex, all the sick clothes. And I've just gotten to a point where I just, even if I had a lot of money right now, I don't think I would buy this stuff because I don't care anymore.
A testament to that, ladies and gentlemen, is Josiah gave me this as a
Dude.
A gift for doing some work for him.
Oh, I forgot about that.
$56,000 Rolex.
Perfect.
Isn't that freaking crazy? No.
Hide the logo on the front.
Yeah. No, I mean it was a really nice watch though, and still like one of my favorite watches. I just feel like a D-bag wearing it.
Just a giant gold watch on your wrist.
Yeah, like it literally is insane looking on me. Watch, but
I remember when I first got it, posting some Snapchat stories, like just like spinning it with light on it, being like, picked up that Rolly. And just
I mean, look at this freaking crap. It literally is like based off the Rolex.
Is it based off of a Rolex?
Yeah.
The look?
Yeah, exactly. Like literally like a copy.
It looks sick just sitting like on the display. Like
yeah, literally. But you know what's the worst part of wearing it is like everybody asks, is that a Rolex? Is that a Rolex? Yeah.
It's annoying.
I'm a freaking, you know, I've got a $60,000 watch on my wrist right now. It's
Is that a Rolex? No, it's not a Rolex. I would hate that. I just have to explain to everybody that. Like, why would I have a Rolex?
I'm just gonna say from now on. Like yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to want to buy all those fancy clothes and stuff. Like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Do you feel like that? Like you've gotten to a point where it's like, I don't care if I go out. I actually feel really shitty if I go out in public and I'm wearing like swaggy 100%. Clothes.
That's why I literally only wear like meme shirts. Like I wear the office shirts and stuff like that, or my own shirts, like Pearson Visuals. Like
same.
I only I only wear that though, because if I wear like, I have Supreme that I never wear. I wear it around the house. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, why did I buy this? You know what I mean?
Like I spent $200 on a shirt or something.
Yeah, I know, and it's just sad because.
And that's another thing. I can't justify spending that much money on something anymore. Our clothes.
For sure, because I'm like, I could spend 60, even regular, like $60 on a shirt, nice shirt, or I could put this $60 into crypto or just savings nonetheless.
Exactly.
And it's like turn that money into way more.
Yeah. It's just, there's so much more. It's so much different now that we're not like in high school where we want to impress people. And
no, I know, man. It's, gosh, that's yours is more, your bare minimum is higher than mine. I literally, like, I'm thinking, and this is just me personally, my bare minimum. And I just want a house that I can live in. I don't give a crap if it's a shed on my parents' property.
Yeah.
I just want a roof over my head and a place to sleep. Like, I know that's like super sad, but sometimes I'm just like, gosh dang, like I don't want to go homeless too. That's the big thing, because I like being comfortable. You know what I mean? I like having my place, and my place could be a tent, but I don't like that. I just want to. I'll go in like the middle of the woods and live off the land before I like get it. It's so difficult. The way my brain works is just, I can't. It's very, very, I don't want to say I can't do this, but it's incredibly difficult for me to do a job that I don't like.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm completely wasting my life at. I hate that because my 100%. Head starts spinning because of like, I'm 24 years old. I'll be doing this by no time I'm 25. I'm halfway to 30, and then I'm like 40, and I'm like, am I still doing this? My head just like in that one day of doing something, I think the amount in like 3 months, it seems like, I'm like, I can picture myself doing this. It's Monday, I can picture myself doing the same thing Friday, and then the week after that, and the week after that, and then my head just starts spinning, and I like have a panic attack nearly.
I mean, it's like, it makes sense. That's exactly how I am. But right now, you're not working like a full-time job. You're doing your own business.
Yeah. And right now I'm comfortable.
Yeah, like you're comfortable. You're probably way better off right now than I am, because you don't have to go to a place that you hate going to every day.
Yeah, well, there's different sides to it.
Well, yeah, there's different sides.
True, but you know, or you should know, because we've talked about it. That's a really good job compared to what you normally
100%. And like, sometimes and I have to tell myself that. I'm not going to be there forever or here. I'm at a job right now where it's not the worst, because I work Monday through Friday. I get paid decently. And I feel like most people would be happier with my job. They'd be like, okay, this is.
They could work the rest of their life at that job.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah. But like for me, I absolutely hate it, because the people there just complain every day for things that don't matter.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, hopefully that they aren't watching, but I just, I feel like I do the bare minimum to not get fired. Just so I can go home and do my business. As soon as I'm off, I'm like, all right, now this is where the real work happens. Real fun and the real work comes in, where I get home, I start working on my business for the rest of the night.
And there's something my grandpa says all the time. It's like the word work has like almost a bad taste to it. He always like replaces the word work with play, because it's like when you're a kid, you're playing around and it doesn't seem like work. And it's like when we're working on, you're doing Beamer Empire or whatever endeavors you choose to do, it doesn't feel like work.
Not at all.
So it does. That's the wrong word for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just you're doing what you're meant to do.
It's crazy, because I'll be at my job, my 9 to 5 job, and I'll get an order for something, and I'm like, oh, I have an order.
Versus, like at your job.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Versus when I'm doing my business and I'm like, I get an order. I'm like, I get an order. Like I get to package it and I get to send it off to somebody. It's so different how it's almost the same thing, but one you want to do because it's for yourself and it's for your future, and the other one you're just doing it to get by. And you
exactly.
Almost the same thing though.
Well, it's like you're doing it. You'd feel completely different if it was your food court or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If it was your food court, you're like, heck yeah, orders, bring it on. So it's like, it's you're doing something that doesn't inspire you. Plus, you're doing it for a different. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for someone else.
Yeah, and I have to tell myself that every day. I have to be like, I'm doing this to support my business until I can get out and do my business full time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
as soon as I go ahead.
Well, you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah, as soon as I do my business full time, the day I can quit my full time job and be like, okay, I can officially do my business. It's gonna be one of the happiest days ever. I think it's gonna be a scary day because I'll be like, I don't have my other job to support me in case this fails.
All right.
But I think that'll be a good thing though, because it'll push me to work even harder. And just
yeah, exactly. It's almost like when people say like, when I had a kid, you know, it pushed me so much further, you know what I mean? Like now I really need to step up my game and start working.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that motivator just yet.
Yeah, I don't think
I definitely
so
don't. But hey, whatever happens, happens. But something that I always kind of, you know, and especially I feel like you can relate to this a lot, is you never take a second to realize how far you've come and how much you've accomplished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like thinking in the beginning, maybe I should start a car business, blah, 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 when it was just a seed. And now here you go. Everything you've been through, you know what I mean? Like everything. It's a lot. You know what I mean? And that's just your business.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I never sit down and just think about that. Like when I started the first year back in 2017, I put these lanyards on the website, and the whole year I got 2 orders. And so it's so crazy to think about that versus now.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though right now to me isn't like crazy, I'm not making crazy money, it's way more than that.
Man. Yeah, exactly. Like even when I started Pearson Visuals, like I think I did like I don't even know, this is a guess, but it's like 3 covers the first year, you know, and like the first cover I did, I'm like, holy crap, this person is actually paying me to do a cover for them. Now, if I get an order, it just makes sense because I'm like, okay, I make cover arts. People are hitting me up for cover arts, you know?
And do you remember the first order you got? You were probably like, I got an order.
Yeah.
That's how I remember the very first order I got for a lanyard. I was so stoked. I'm like, somebody literally ordered something from my website from the logo that I made.
Exactly.
I'm like, somebody actually wants to like rep this. And now, because I have so many big things on my website, when I get an order for a lanyard or a decal, I'm not saying I'm ungrateful, because I'm not 100%, I'm super grateful, but sometimes I just have to remind myself, like, because I'm like, oh, it's just a decal, or it's just a lanyard. It's nothing crazy big, you know, because sometimes people order things that are like $400 or something.
Right.
And the lanyard decal comes out to like $7 after shipping. And so sometimes in my head, I just automatically think like, oh, it's just this. But it's, even though it's so much more, and I have to remind myself, like, this is really important. Like the small things are just as important as the big things.
Exactly. Yeah, and like building, I know you've been really good about building relationships as well. Even and treating it incredibly professional, you know, because you never know which person is going to lead to which person. It's just going to branch off, you know what I mean? So treating like I've only had one client end with me blocking them, you know, just because they were like crazy rude.
Yeah.
Only one. And I've had some difficult clients, but still through that, I've just been like completely like almost robotic, like just professionally robotic, you know, like, okay, I'll do the revision, you know, like you completely asked for the, you know, I won't like be used, you know, if they ask me to do this and I do this and then they're like, I asked you to do that, then obviously I'm gonna be like, I did what you asked, you know, but it's just like, you never know what's gonna, you know, and that bad client or, you know, bad experience with that client turns down to a big order in the future from that person. Or, hey, the badness, you know, someone turned me on to you, and, you know, like, because word of mouth, as you know, is like the biggest way to grow. And it's like,
true.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just treating this, you know, it's treating something that maybe many people would think is like not a big deal or not a big thing. Treating it very seriously really pays off, and especially in maybe a environment where most people are just treating it like a, you know, a little side hustle that they're not really serious about or something.
Yeah, it's really important, especially if you want it to grow and become really big. You have to treat it, even when it's small, you have to treat it like a big business.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want anybody to like screenshot like you cussing out a client, you know, like,
exactly.
and then when you're super huge, look what Pearson Visual said to me
like 4 years ago. That's exactly why even if somebody makes me, just annoys me, or they say something that's stupid, I don't respond, or I try and reply in the nicest way possible. And I get now why businesses are like when you work for them, they're like, just treat the customer nicely, even if they're being rude to you. Because now I have my own business, it's the same way. Even though I want to treat them back the same way they're treating me, I know it could just bite me in the butt later. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, who cares who they are? Like, if I block them, they could just make another account, just spam me with like bad stuff. Or,
and the good thing about Instagram is that they have a feature now where if you block somebody, they also have a thing that says you can block other accounts they may create. Yeah. So I blocked somebody like a few weeks ago, and it said, would you like to also block other accounts they may create in the future? And I said yes.
Does that mean they like block their IP or something?
It must have something to do with maybe their phone number or something that they use.
Yeah.
Or maybe the email or something.
I like that, because I've always thought about like blocking someone and then them just making another one.
Yeah.
And then like finding my YouTube channel and just like disliking all of it. That's what I'm so scared of.
Oh
And
yeah.
so far on all my podcasts, I've never got one dislike. Dude. And it only takes one.
Dude, it does. I uploaded a thing on my Josiah King composing, and within like 5 minutes, one time I got a dislike, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
dude, I hate that.
How?
I'm like, I'm just gonna delete it and re-upload it.
Exactly. I thought about it, but I'm like,
it's part of the process. I mean, even on my Unalaska video, there's like 12 dislikes. I'm like, come on, like,
like why? Who does that?
Yeah, I know. Like,
when do you ever dislike a video? I never on YouTube dislike videos.
I mean, I do if it's like blatant clickbait, or they're talking crap about someone that I like unrightfully, or
but if it's just like a video that you like, this is boring, or like not very good editing, you're not gonna dislike it.
Exactly.
You're just gonna go out of the video and find something else. So the people that dislike that stuff,
and if they leave a bad comment, that's when you know they're like really off. I want to make this person feel bad.
Yeah.
You suck. Your editing sucks. Yeah.
Mom, where's my chips?
Yeah. My Hot Pocket's done. Yeah. Man, shoot.
Well, do you want to end it right here?
Yeah, it seems like a good time.
Yeah, I think hopefully we can get Dallas on next week for the whole episode.
Yeah.
I'm not, obviously it's hard when he's super busy, but it's always nice having him on here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even like we said in the beginning, like even for like 15 minutes or whatever. But I said before you joined the Zoom, I was like, just hit us up like when you have like a day off, you know, or something like that. Like we're more flexible to be able to work with the schedule. So
yeah, exactly.
By the way, if you guys are listening on the audio format, there is a complete video of this podcast as well on YouTube, the Meat Locker podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check us out there if you want the video version. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Really do.
And for the people who are listening, we appreciate you listening because
oh my gosh,
we just like to come here and hang out now. It's definitely one of the things I look forward to in the struggles of every week is just being able to sit down for an hour and hang out.
Yeah, same, dude. I mean, seriously, I know this is going to be like huge, like so good on just mental health and everything. In every way, it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And
thanks for listening.
Yeah, like you said, like I appreciate if you listen to this point, God bless your soul.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? I mean, wow, God bless. And every single Ding Dong Friday until we pass away.
Until we become dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Or until I get sores on my body.
Yes.
So
until we turn into a fossil.
We'll be here. Dude, imagine it. We're here when we're like in our 90s. And we're just like,
dude.
Welcome back to the Meat Locker.
Dude, it's going to look all futuristic in the background.
Oh, that's okay. I was thinking about this earlier. That's one thing I'm super happy about with our generation.
Mm-hmm.
When we were kids, I wanted to see this house that I lived in when I was really young, but I can't because I don't have any pictures of it. But now we will be able to see houses and stuff from like 10 years ago because we're gonna have pictures of everything.
Yeah, dude. Imagine like showing pictures to your kids of you and your girlfriend when you were like crazy young, you know, like you're gonna have like videos and like podcasts and like everything. Like back then, you know, my parents had like these like very staged like pictures, you know, where they're at like a festival or like somewhere where you get like professionally taken pictures, but like this one we're gonna have like vlogs and videos and pictures and like all kinds of crap.
Exactly.
Amazing. And also just to quickly touch on what you said, it's like we live in such a good generation because we grew up in the beginning where it's like we still like when we were kids we played outside and like with each other and like you know did all kinds of crazy stuff. And now it's like getting so technologically advanced, but I feel like even like my little brother's generation, they didn't do like nearly as much outside stuff with their friends, and I feel like the generation after them, they're probably not going to do crap. Like it's actually crazy.
Wally, here we come.
Yeah, dude, Wally.
Yeah. Hopefully, because I'm lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Floating around, all like 600 pounds. They're gonna have like salads that taste like Big Macs or something.
Oh gosh.
But they're like completely natural or completely 100% processed. Who knows?
I'm not gonna eat it because I don't know what's in it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're all dead from COVID. No, I'm kidding.
How dare you? Well, thanks everyone for listening. If you come back next week, I don't know.
If you come back next week, there's going to be another podcast for you to listen to.
Oh, yeah. Every week at 1 p.m. PST.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sometimes it'll probably vary, but...
Why do I try?
Yeah, all right. See you guys next Friday. Peace.